Chapter 25. Atlantis Rising. Morning light streamed through the simulated windows of Patty Tars on Station 1. The breakfast crowd had thinned, but the admin team's regular table remained occupied. Their standard Monday meeting stretched longer than usual as they discussed the rapidly evolving situation on Earth. Patty herself approached with her customary efficiency, setting down plates without ceremony. "Full Irish for Dr. Jackson," she said, placing a hearty plate of black pudding, scrambled eggs, and brown bread before him. "Poached eggs and dry wheat toast for Jack, fruit plate for Russell, pancake stack for Mitchell, breakfast burrito for our tall friend, and," she paused, setting down an enormous platter, "the hunter's special for Joel, who still looks like he needs feeding up." Joel eyed the mountain of food: eggs, sausages, black pudding, bacon, potatoes, mushrooms, tomatoes, and 3 types of toast, with a mixture of appreciation and mild alarm. "One of these days I'll actually finish it," he said, picking up his fork. Russell poured tea from a small pot, adding a generous pat of real butter. "The treaty signatories reached 173 this morning. The holdouts are primarily nations with established authoritarian regimes." "As expected," Dr. Jackson said, meticulously separating his eggs from his beans. "They'll come around when their populations start demanding access to the portal network." Jay took a bite of his breakfast burrito. "Speaking of which, the Jaystown project is ahead of schedule. First residential units will be ready for occupation in 3 weeks. "Any issues with the Zimbabwean government?" Jack asked, carefully cutting her poached egg. "None," Jay replied. "The president has been exceptionally accommodating. Having a showcase city named after a native son seems to have smoothed over any concerns about sovereignty." Mitchell drizzled syrup over her pancakes. "The Battle Dome format is being adapted for Earth implementations, smaller versions but with the same principles. The applications for educational settings alone are significant." "What about the synthetic threat?" Joel asked, already making impressive headway into his enormous breakfast. "We've deactivated the ones we know about, but there could be more advanced models we haven't detected." Dr. Jackson took a sip of his coffee. "Possible, but unlikely. Our surveillance networks haven't detected any suspicious activity patterns. I believe we've eliminated the immediate threat." "And future threats?" Jack pressed. "Always a possibility," Dr. Jackson admitted. "But we have contingency plans for various scenarios. The stations remain humanity's safest haven." A comfortable silence fell as they continued eating. Jay found himself studying Dr. Jackson's expression, noticing the slight smile that played around the corners of his mouth. The man clearly had something on his mind. "By the way," Dr. Jackson said finally, glancing between Jay and Mitchell, "which movie did you end up watching? Titanic or Atlas Shrugged?" Mitchell looked up from her pancakes. "Both, actually. We made a weekend of it." "And your verdict?" Dr. Jackson asked. Jay chuckled. "Titanic had better special effects. Atlas Shrugged had better ideas, despite the wooden acting." "Wooden?" Mitchell protested. "I thought the 2029 remake was quite good." "You would," Jay teased. "You really like that actress." Mitchell's cheeks colored slightly. "I appreciate her interpretation of Dagny Taggart." Dr. Jackson's smile widened. "I'm thinking of changing my name to Dr. Galt. It seems increasingly appropriate given recent events." Russell nearly choked on his tea. "Please don't. The paperwork would be nightmarish." "Speaking of Galt," Dr. Jackson continued, ignoring Russell's distress, "how would you all like to see my original version of Atlantis?" The table fell silent. Atlantis? Jack repeated carefully. As in the mythical lost city? As in my underwater research facility where most of our Earth-based R&D happens. It's been operational for 15 years. Joel set down his fork. You have an underwater city, and you're just mentioning this now? It seemed an appropriate time, given our recent successes, Dr. Jackson replied, dabbing his mouth with a napkin. The facility is located in the mid-Atlantic, approximately 2,000 meters below sea level. It houses our most advanced research teams and prototype technologies. Jay shook his head in amazement. Just when I think I've heard all your secrets, you reveal something like this. A man needs some mysteries, Dr. Jackson said mildly. Would you like to see it? Absolutely, Mitchell said immediately. When do we leave? As soon as breakfast is finished. He gestured to their plates. I've already prepared the transport. 40 minutes later, the admin team stood in a section of Station 1 that Jay had never visited before. They'd followed Dr. Jackson through a series of security checkpoints, each requiring both biometric confirmation and specific code phrases, until they reached what appeared to be an ordinary maintenance bay. Only it wasn't ordinary at all. The bay doors opened to reveal not the expected shuttle, but something that looked like a cross between a luxury yacht and a deep-sea exploration vessel. Its sleek hull gleamed under the bay lights, the material unlike any Jay had seen before. Meet Nautilus, Dr. Jackson said with unmistakable pride. My personal submarine shuttle, capable of atmospheric re-entry, water landing, and deep-sea navigation. Mitchell was already examining the hull, her engineer's mind clearly racing. This material, it's not standard amorphous metal. It looks almost crystalline. Very good, Dr. Jackson approved. A metamaterial developed specifically for pressure tolerance and stealth capabilities. The Nautilus can reach depths of up to 5,000 meters without structural stress. How have you kept this secret? Surely someone would have noticed a submersible shuttle entering and exiting the ocean. Active camouflage, Dr. Jackson explained. The exterior can mimic its surroundings, much like certain cephalopods. From a distance, it appears to be nothing more than wave patterns or sea life. He gestured toward the boarding ramp. Shall we? Atlantis awaits. As they filed into the remarkable vessel, Jay found himself once again re-evaluating what he thought he knew about Dr. Jackson and the true extent of his preparations. An underwater research facility, hidden from the world for 15 years, suggested a level of foresight and resource allocation that bordered on prescience. The boarding ramp raised behind them, sealing with a soft hiss as the bay doors opened, revealing the star-filled darkness of space beyond.